All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for joining us on The Juice. We are here at Battery 621, and I have a special guest today. His name is Johnny Klein. Johnny Klein is with The Right, perhaps founder of The Right, and we're going to talk about what that is all about here today. You're going to see a lot of people kind of back and forth here at Battery 621. It's a special atmosphere, a special place, and we're just really honored and privileged to be here. So Johnny, maybe you could tell us a little bit about The Right, and then perhaps a bit about your own background, what brought you here today.
Got it. So I'm the co-founder of Something Independent and The Right. I have a co-founder in Chuck Sullivan. And what brought me here today, as far as kind of, just excited to be part of this great environment at Battery 621 here. And we're one of the original tenants. When Frank, Mike, and crew kind of set this up, they were looking to a bunch of companies, and a lot of them have outgrown the space, and we've just stuck around and really excited. And so The Right is coming up May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. It's going to be in Golden, Colorado, after being, we started in 2011 here in Denver, actually at Battery, and it has grown and morphed over the last 7 years, but we thought that the right thing to do was to kind of reach deep in and get back to our soul and move it out to the soulful town of Golden.
That's really interesting. I want to hear more about what's going to happen in Golden here coming up on May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. But maybe you could just give us a little bit of an overview of what The Right really is and what you're trying to do with this event in Golden.
Got it. So The Right is really focused on those doers. Think of a shipwright, a playwright. I mean, these are folks that actually do stuff that's very soulful and that they're passionate about. So we set The Right up to focus on those outdoor-inspired companies that are in the Rocky Mountain region. And so this year, for the first year, it started out as a Colorado event for Colorado-based outdoor companies. And in 2018, we have opened it up to the Rocky Mountain region. So this year, we're really excited. Utah's participating, as is Wyoming, and it's just really scaled very nicely with the soul here that began in Colorado. And but our big question was, why, if you're just over the Colorado border, should you not be able to participate in The Right? So that's why we extended it beyond, because it's a mindset that we're dealing with, less than ownership of a state boundary. And so it's going to be 3 days of insightful discussions, panels, keynotes, workshops. It will have some social events tied to it at night. And then it will conclude with an award night that has a product gallery as well as an award program that's super great, and is going to be emceed by Dave Bacon once again.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. On our other show, The Kick, we've often talked about sort of this Colorado collaborative mindset, and it seems like The Right is sort of in that same arena as well, sort of a collaborative, visionary mindset. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that it's less collaborative in that the companies are working together, and more about sort of, these are the folks that do sort of put their heads down, get the work done, and are more about doing than they are about talking about what they're doing. And so this is a way for us annually to celebrate this really good work. And companies of all sizes, we've always said that size doesn't matter with The Right. It's more about that mindset. And there are big companies that sort of position themselves and act small. For example, in that one, a great one is Smartwool, right? It's a great big company, but still has its soul up in Steamboat Springs. And then there are ones that are actually small and 2 or 3 person shops that you would never know that seem to have a much bigger presence. So size has not been that important to us about The Right, but it's more, do you honor your community? Are you respected by your peers? And are you moving things forward in a leadership role, whether it's a leadership of product innovation or the way you're going about your business model? So that's really the essence of what it's about. And in the beginning, when we started, it was self-nominated. Later on, we peer nominated. So that's really special too, because you're being shown by your peers that you're respected for what you do and they respect you. So super special.
Yeah, and excuse me, these are people who are often not tooting their own horn, so to speak. They're heads down, hardworking, and so that just makes the right that more, all the more important, because they're reaching out, hearing from peers that this company is doing something special, this entrepreneur is doing something special.
Yeah, and the model they're going about it, and some of them, are B Corps that really feel important to that kind of outlook in running their business, and others have gone about it different ways. But we've had actually a few companies have been nominated by peers and have said, no, thank you. We'd like to stay very focused on what we're doing, but we love being recognized. But we're honored to be recognized, but we're going to stay and participate in our small community, and we're not looking to scale or get any bigger.
Right.
You have to honor that for a little bit too, and respect that, because that's super great. But the energy of the night, the awards program is contagious, and if you're not an entrepreneur, you're going to want to be one after going. Secondly, we've expanded this year to a lot of free programming that's available for free to the public. A lot of the panels. Award night does cost $50 for a ticket, and think of it like a concert ticket. There's beer and food and what have you. And then we have a patron pass that we put out this year that's really about supporting the work that we're doing. And we have a lot of sponsors that have allowed us to offer this programming for free as well. And School of Mines has been rock solid in helping us do this, as well as the city of Golden. And we're really excited to have Wyoming and Utah play with us this year.
Yeah, those really exciting developments for the right. And, are you trying to sort of expand this sort of nationwide or internationally, or what kind of goals do you have for the right in that regard?
To make it through May 3rd. That's our short goal. The answer is it's always easier to grow slowly and thoughtfully, and so we don't have any big aspirations, though we do know that this mindset is shared beyond the boundary of the Rocky Mountains. Great work going on in California and in Oregon and in Vermont within the space, and then internationally, there's a lot going on too. So, but I think what we're going to do is focus on the Rocky Mountains, at least for the near future, the next 7 years, and we'll just see where it goes from there. I think that let's keep it tight and soulful rather than trying to conquer.
And you're getting the word out mostly through word of mouth at this point, basically?
Word of mouth. We have a great awareness team that's virtual. We have folks up in Summit County working with us. Amy Kemp, who's up there doing great work with Elevate. And then we have a virtual team that's John Woods over at Center Table and Ground Floor Media. And just, it's been an entire crew that's sort of been coming together for this. And then we have a lot of long-term partners that have helped us as well. And I think our strategy in this is less talking about it ourselves, though we have to have a campaign that does that, and to try and give the tools and have other people excited about it and have them tell within their own newsletters or within their own awareness campaigns why they're excited about the right. And so what we've done over the last, 7-8 years is we now have a family of contenders. So we have 12 companies that are contending this year for the Right Award. In the past, once you're a contender, you're always part of the Right family, and I think we're up to 109 companies that have come through so far, and we're going to be having a really cool event where the returning contenders are going to welcome this year's contender class and just really create a mindset that this is something special, and now you're part of something special. And even though you may not win this year, Mr. Contender or Mrs. Contender, what you're getting out of this is a new family.
And what's the best way for people to participate if they see this show, they want to go to Golden, they want to participate in some way? Where do they go? What web address?
So they go to The Right, and that's spelled WRIGHT.co. And there'll be more information there. There's a listing of all the keynotes and the panels that we have going. There are 15 panels. And that's probably the best place to start.
Well, that's fantastic. I appreciate it. Thanks, Johnny. I want to thank you for joining us here on The Juice. And be sure to attend on May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd and participate in any way you feel comfortable doing so. So thanks again for The Juice. I'm Kyle Eason. Have a great day.
Thank you.